Hey y'all, and thank you for joining Mammography Mondays featuring the certified Tittologist. I am Latifa, and I just wanted to come on here and share with y'all why I chose mammography. So, I chose mammography because before then I was a phlebotomist slash apheresis technician, and I say that because as an apheresis technician, that is a title you get when you work in donation centers such as platelet, plasma, blood donation centers. So I worked in a platelet center Monday through Friday, and then I worked at another hospital as an inpatient phlebotomist Friday through Saturday. So I was working 7 days a week. And within that time frame of my career field as a phlebotomist, um, I do have children, and at the time they were 8 and 6, I believe. And with that, one day they came up to me and they was just like, "Mommy, you're never at home, or you're never around." And I'm like, "What are y'all talking about? Like, I take y'all to school, I pick y'all up, I come home, I cook dinner, I put y'all to bed." Like, in my head, I'm thinking that's everything that I'm doing. Like, that's what I'm supposed to do. So later on, I found out, or I realized that they're not talking about that. They don't need me to do duties. They need me to spend quality time with them. And so that's when I realized, okay, it's time for career change, but I need to make the same amount of money that I was making working 7 days a week, but not work 7 days a week. So that's when I started researching all of the programs and all of everything that I could possibly do, matching my income that I was then having. So nursing came up, of course, but I didn't want to be a nurse. I didn't want to be a nurse because I am a feeling person. I am a very compassionate person. So I didn't want to take my work home with me. And I knew that if I was going to become the nurse that I was looking into becoming, then it was going to be, well, did I do that right? Oh my God, I hope this patient is okay. Or, oh my God, did I sign off on this? And all it was going to be too much stuff coming home with me. And I did not want to deal with that aspect of nursing. Um, so then I looked into radiology and I realized this is something that I could potentially like. Um, so I did end up choosing radiology. So I quit my full time job August of 2018 and I began school August of 2018. Um, and the very first day of school, the Dean of Health Sciences asked the class, "What is your career path, or what do you think your career path is going to be?" So when it got around to me, I said, "Oh, I already know what I'm gonna do. I'm working CT, and then I'm gonna retire in mammo. That's my career path." And once everybody answered, she laughed and she was like, "Okay, we'll see when you get done with the program." And I was like, "Okay, like cool, bet." But clinicals start the first semester. So radiology school is 5 semester program, and clinicals start the very first semester. With that being said, we do rotate through modalities to see what will be the best fit for us. And God knows when I got to CT, I hated it. I I absolutely hated CT because I felt like I was on a factory line. I felt like it was a scan and go, scan and go, scan and go. And I did not like that feeling. It did not feel personable to me. It was just the patient was just a number and that's all it was. And I hate that feeling. So then it kind of struck me in my heart because I'm like, oh my God, my plans are going AWire. But a professor did tell me, she was like, oh, they got other modalities. Like, you're not done. They have other modalities. So I rotated through MRI, I rotated through CT, I rotated through IR, cath lab, all of that. I did love IR and cath lab. However, they require you to be on call. So I could not commit to being on call because, again, I'm choosing a career field so I could be there for my children more, quality time more, not just motherly duties, but quality time. So at the time, we could not rotate through mammo. And that's because there was a rule that says if guys can't rotate, then nobody can rotate. And guys cannot rotate through mammo. So, well, I don't know how it is now, but when I was in school, that's what it was. Um, so yeah. So at this point, there's no CT, no MRI, no radiation therapy, no nuke med, none of these other modalities is going to fit the life that I need at that time. So then I decided to do mammo. So I was fifth semester X-ray and I was first semester mammo in 2020. So what's supposed to happen is I graduate I graduate X-ray May of 2020, and then I was supposed to graduate mammo June of 2020. However, the pandemic happened, like we all know. So I ended up graduating X-ray May of 2020, but I graduated um mammo December of 2020, and that's because our clinicals got postponed. So in mammo, you do not start your clinicals first. You do the classroom first, and then you go to clinicals. So I did not know if I was going to like mammo. I didn't know if I was going to be good at mammo. I didn't know how that was going to go. I just knew that this was my option. But thank God I did learn to, I learned mammo. I am a hands-on learner. So the hands-on portion was easy to me, because I have a boss now that says what's easy to you is not easy to everybody. So to me, the hands-on portion was the easiest, but I feel like that's because I am a hands-on person. Um, but that's basically how I got into mammo, is because CT I end up hating. And so I just went into my retirement job blind, of course, because again, we couldn't rotate through mammo. Um, but again, thank God, I love mammo. I am passionate about mammo. But I do want to tell you all that I am not one of them technologists that has a family member that had breast cancer or anything like that. My passion lies with the patients, period. Like, there's there's no one close to home. There's none of that. I literally genuinely love helping people. And I feel like I am valid in mammo because every single day we are saving a life. When you come in for your mammo, you are saving a life because that's your screening defense. You are getting screened to make sure that you do not have breast cancer. Now, I will go more into details about how all of it works and the facts behind it and the mammo life behind it. But for now, I just wanted to tell y'all how I got into mammo. So thank you for listening, and thank you for joining me for Mammography Mondays featuring the Certified Tittologist. My name is Latifa, and I will see y'all next Monday.